for that anymore. It's so based on the physical, but he was really, really touching me internally, calling me up to who I'm supposed to be.
Because relationships are about transformation. And transformation is the ability to go from to. So if you're in brokenness and you meet a person, they should have the ability to start putting some in you to take you to wholeness. Some people meet people and they're broken. And then from brokenness, they go down to depression because transformation is from to. Whether you're going from to something great or whether you're going from to something that's a disaster. Relationships are about transformation. When you connect with somebody, either they're going to bring the worst out of you or they're going to bring the best out of you. Right. But if you know who you are, you know what you got to bring to the table. You know what you stand for. You know where you're going. If you know who you are, if you know where you're going, if you know what you want, you can bring the best out of a person because you know what's in you.
Good morning. I am tired. Boy, I'm tired. Don't look at my face right now because I look exhausted. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I just dropped my son off at school. If I didn't have to drop him off, please believe me, I would have stayed in bed. And I probably shouldn't be on here right now. However, I felt in my spirit to say something, to say this, what I'm about to say really quick, and then I'm about to hop off. So I want to talk to the people who, to the women mostly, who struggle with containing your emotions when you're in relationships with men and you feel disrespected, disregarded, when you're in when he does something to you, whatever that may be, you know, if he disrespects you in a way, or if you catch him talking to another woman, or if he's not treating you right, not making you feel special, and you took him back over and over and over again for the things that he's done to you. But the more you take him back, the more when you guys get into these moments of, you know, he does it again, or he does something disrespectful, or he does something with another woman, whatever the case may be, when he does the thing again, certain things to you that frustrates you, that makes you angry, that hurts your feelings, then your response ends up being you're yelling and you're all in his face and belittling him possibly, or you may push him or do something that you should not be doing. And then afterwards, once you calm down, you're like, dang, you're mad at yourself because you're like, why'd I do that? Why did I let him bring that part out of me? Why did I go down so low? Why was I yelling? Why was I acting all crazy? Why was I putting my finger in his face? At the end of the day, what was said was the truth, possibly, but how you responded should have been better. And I want you to, number one, don't feel bad about yourself. I do want you to take accountability, because obviously we do have to have a level of self-control. But I'm also going to say this, because I've been in that position. I've been in that position where I was disrespected by a man, cheated on, disregarded, just all the things when it comes to men lusting after other women and me taking him back, and forgiving him and thinking that it's going to get better, but it's getting a little bit better, but there's still things that he just ain't doing when it comes to women. And so I get mad, and even more mad, like, you said you weren't going to do this, you said you're going to stop. Yeah, I've been there, okay? Ladies, I've been there. And I want to give this perspective to you. Instead of you feeling all bad for yourself, because here's what men typically do. They'll make you feel like the bad person for responding the way you responded. They'll tell you shouldn't have been yelling, you shouldn't have been, my business shouldn't be all out there, you shouldn't be saying this to me, you should know how to have self-control, and you should know how to handle yourself, which means he's putting all the blame on you, not anything on the fact that he was talking to another woman, he was disrespecting you, he was doing the thing that he told you he wasn't going to do no more. Now he's putting it on you, and now eventually you start feeling bad, like, dang, he right, I probably shouldn't have responded like that. Even though he did do something disrespectful to me, I still shouldn't have let him bring me out of character. I shouldn't be yelling at him. I shouldn't be, like, you start feeling bad about yourself, right? Ladies, am I the only one who's been through this situation? You start feeling all bad and feeling all stupid, like, why did I do that? And then you take the blame off of him. Forget the fact that what he did. Now you're all self-loathing, like, why did I do this, man? Why did I let me just say this to you. number one, like I said, I'm not going to say don't take accountability for your actions, because definitely you should take accountability for your actions and have a level of self-regulation when you are in those moments. But number two, let me just say this. You also probably shouldn't be around a person like that. Because if you keep being triggered by a man who clearly doesn't care about triggering you, and then not only that, he keeps blaming you for why things are happening. Oh, it's not even that big a deal. I was on the phone with men and women. Oh, it's not even that big a deal. Like, me and her, we wasn't even talking about nothing. Oh, it's not even that big a deal. It was just a hug. Oh, like, he plays down how he made you feel, which is disrespectful. Because if you was hugging another man, if you was talking to another man at 1 o'clock in the morning, if you were doing those things to him, he would be mad. But now, since it's him that's doing it, oh, it's not that big a deal. Oh, she wasn't that big a deal. Oh, we weren't even talking about nothing. I wasn't even trying to mac her down like that. I was just being a little flirtatious. Like, those things right there, complete red flags, number one. Number two, it shows signs of his immaturity. And then when you in turn respond in the way you respond, by yelling, by acting crazy, belligerent, putting your finger in his face, then you become just as bad as he is now. Because now we both at this immature moment when I know I'm responding to what you've done and the disrespect. But instead, what you should do is say, you know what, at some point I have to decide that this person is not meant for me, because he doesn't care the fact that he keeps triggering me. He doesn't care about the fact that he keeps on disrespecting me. He doesn't think about my feelings. He doesn't have boundaries when it comes to other women, or he doesn't do the things that he said that he was going to do. And that's why I keep getting mad. But instead of you keep getting mad, you got to see it, the truth, for what the truth is. Stop painting it for the words that he keeps saying. Yeah, he say this on one end, but on the other end, he has clearly shown you consistently and repeatedly that he's not the man for you, because he's bringing out a worser, lesser version of you. Because we all got good and bad on the inside of us. That's just, it just is what it is. Even the best person got an angry person on the inside of them, something on the inside of them that can make them tick at any moment if they allowed that to happen, or if they keep getting put into situations. So instead of you saying, man, I shouldn't have responded like that, man, I shouldn't have did that, I shouldn't have let him bring me down to that space, I shouldn't have been yelling, I shouldn't have cussed at him like that, I shouldn't have pushed him or whatever. Instead of you doing that, maybe you should say, you know what, I probably shouldn't be in a relationship with that man. That man probably should not be a part of my life, because he keeps triggering me over and over and over and over, and he don't care. He don't care. He only looks at my response to his triggers, and not the fact that he keeps triggering me. He only keeps looking at me and blaming me, and he doesn't take accountability or responsibility for the things and the ways that he keeps showing up in the relationship that is causing me to respond in this way. Again, I'm not placing blame on how you responded. What I'm saying is that if you keep responding, and if you stay in something, the longer you stay, the more it doesn't change, the worse your response are going to get. You don't get better when things aren't changing. You get worse. You get more mad, more angry, more hurt. So instead of you staying around, instead of you hoping and wishing and praying that he gonna change, instead of you listening to his words of, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna change, and then when he has the moment to prove to you and show you that he don't do it consistently enough, I think that's your answer to say, you know what, this person probably shouldn't be a part of my life, because I've worked hard to become the woman I am, and only when I'm around you do I have to be this angry, hurt person. Because instead of me and you coming together, instead of us connecting, instead of you focusing on my needs and I'm focusing on yours, instead of us coming together and doing what we need to do for each other, and stop worrying about other women and stop worrying about other men or other people in general, and me and you connecting in, me and my man connecting, instead of that happening, you want to just do what you do. You want to be out here making excuses. The same reason why I don't trust you in the first place is the same thing you keep doing. You just keep doing it in different ways. But at the end of the day, the root is the same thing. When it comes to other women, this is how you respond. When it comes to other women, you don't have boundaries. When it comes to other women, you don't think about me. And when you have a person, a man in your life, and that's how he is, instead of you saying, you know what, let me just keep giving him chance after chance after chance, and you see that it's diminishing your value, it's diminishing how you feel about yourself, you right? It's diminishing your responses when you're in those arguments and when you're in those disagreements. Now you're getting worse and worse with your response, because you can see that the thing that he said is going to change isn't changing, and it's infuriating you and making you mad, right? I know I'm not by myself, because I've been here before. I know I'm not by myself. So instead of you staying and trying to make it work, it's clear that he's not trying to make it work. Because if he was trying to make it work, he wouldn't keep committing the same actions over and over again. Again, like I said, usually it's one thing. Men with, you know, whether it be how he responds to you, whatever your thing is, your man does that he consistently does over and over again. But I'm saying, me personally, it was me dealing with him when it came to other women and how he just didn't have boundaries. So again, just take the perspective of, instead of you feeling all bad for how you responded and why did I let him bring me to that lesser version, and why did I respond that way, and then you got him making you feel bad and saying, no, I don't want to have nothing to do with you because you responded this way, you was yelling at me, you was putting you put your hands on me, or you did this or you did that, whatever it is that you did. Now you feel bad and you feel stupid. The thing that I think you should be doing, or what you should do in that place, is say, you know what, actually, I should not be around you because you're not a safe person for me. I shouldn't be around you because you're not doing what I need as a woman to make sure that I'm secure in this relationship. And I can't yell enough to you for you to see it. And my yelling is because you don't hear me. And I'm tired of talking.
I wanted to add this part in there because I left it out. When a person tries to tell you that you need to have self-control when they disrespect you and do something wrong, evaluate your life. Like, are you only this way with this person? Or if you popping off everywhere you go, then probably you need to learn how to have self-control, because that's like your character and you need to learn it. But if you realize that I'm only this way when I'm with you, I'm only acting out of character when I'm with you, I don't act this way any other area of my life, then you realize that my problem is not self-control. My problem is the fact I'm in a relationship and dealing with someone who's bringing out the worst part of me, instead of building me up, instead of edifying me, instead of protecting me, instead of honoring and valuing me, instead of bringing me higher. I keep going to a lower version of me when I'm around you. So my issue, just like you wouldn't tell an alcoholic to go into a bar and have self-control, you know you're an alcoholic, don't do it. Same thing. You're not going to be around a person that keeps triggering you and try to have self-control in a toxic relationship.
And at some point, I have to decide what's more important to me, to be in this relationship that is not working clearly, and with a man who consistently and repeatedly keeps disrespecting me and not seeing the big deal in the disrespect. To do I want to leave this relationship, let that man go, and find my peace, start pouring back into myself, going to therapy and healing, and waiting for a man that can actually respect me and honor me and has integrity and values me and has this and really knows what it means to be respectful in a relationship, because he requires respect but he doesn't give respect, and that just don't work. Right? So what is it do you choose? Stay in that relationship or live in it for so long? He's shown you his hand. Stop trying to repaint the picture. He showed you what it is, and that's what it is. So I hope this helps somebody today. I got the Courageous Confidence. I have the Courageous Confidence Guide. You know, you need some help with rebuilding your confidence again, because when you're in those relationships, you need to rebuild your confidence back, right? Because now you done lost a little bit of it, because every time he chose somebody else, you start feeling like you weren't enough, right? So go ahead and get the Courageous Confidence Guide. I'll put the link in here so that you can just click on the link. It's the Courageous Confidence Guide, and rebuild your confidence back, walk away from that unhealthy relationship, and trust and believe that you only need one person, and God can find that one man for you. Just because the world and all the negativity in the world says that there aren't no good men, says that you know, this is what you have to deal with, trust and believe that God loves you, and he will not put you in a relationship and keep you in a relationship with a man that dishonors, disrespects, doesn't have boundaries to other women, doesn't know what it is to have integrity. and real character, morals, and values, that's not a man of God. So again, go ahead and get the Courageous Confidence book. I'm praying for you, sister, and I really hope this message helped you.